Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number. I have lost track of what number.
Come on, man! This is your
What
show.
number we
You
on?
don't know what number we're on?
I mean, well, after last episode with all that drama, I completely lost track of what number we're on.
Let's just say it's the best episode.
Okay, I guess we could say it's the best episode. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a special guest. I guess you could say PWF's resident superhero.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
AWOL. Mr. AWOL, for everybody that has never tuned in before, or you just want to refresh everybody, tell everybody who you are and where you're from.
My name's AWOL. I'm from Fort Hood, Texas. AWOL is just a code name. It was given to me by some buddies in my platoon. We, anytime anything broke down, everyone kind of looked to me because they act like they told me I just switched the gear, like I wasn't there anymore, like I had gone. Here's the pop, AWOL. So that was always the name they used for me. I know it's a disgraceful military term, but it's actually just a code name given to me by a bunch of buddies because I was a rambunctious person fighting around the world, And just for the record, everybody, I'm actually a very goofy, silly guy. Y'all don't see it a lot when I'm out there because when I'm out there, I'm AWOL and I'm zoned in and I'm ready to fight.
I always thought you just went AWOL. But I mean, okay.
I went AWOL,
So, what
would be much of a hero if I, just left the military.
Well, I mean, you say that, but then like we've seen on social media many a times that they look at your name AWOL and they call you a coward.
Well, see, that's why we have you, the man, JB. So you can have your little show breakdown. We can break it down for people, and people can get to know us better as the wrestlers, as humans almost.
Exactly. So what got you interested in the military?
Man, 18 years old in school. There was I always loved my country. For better or for worse, it's there's a couple black guys here and there throughout the history of the United States, but overall, I love my country, and I hope everyone shares the same sentiment. Just like anything, we got to get better over time, and we're continuously getting better. 18 years old in high school, military recruiter was there. I was there. It's something I've always wanted to do. I've always looked up to servicemen and women and signed up and joined.
Okay. So was anybody in your family ever in the military? Or was this something that you've always, just you yourself have always wanted to do, or are you following in a family member's footsteps?
It's just something I've always wanted to do.
Plain and simple.
My grandpa actually served in Vietnam.
Okay. So, in a sense, you are keeping that legacy, that family legacy going. If you want to think about it like that.
Yes, sir.
So where this is fairly simple. Were you born at Fort Hood, or was that where you were stationed after basic training?
I was born in Fort Hood and stationed.
Okay. So basically, you basically got to stay at home.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So now I want to get into nitty gritty. Now that you've given everybody a refresher, or for newbies who don't know who you are, now I want to get into this upcoming live wire, May 1st.
Upcoming live wire, May 1st. This MJ Dub guy, he shows up as a manager. I've seen him around here and there, and he seems to have an issue with me. At first I took it in stride. I'm the type of guy I like to test my mettle. I spent a lifetime learning combat, and I just want to test myself. A lot of fans ask me, are you heel or are you babyface? I don't really understand. I don't know what that terminology is. I don't know what that means. Me personally, I'm just a man. And I like to test myself, and I like to fight, and I just try to do what's right, and people seem to really get behind that.
Okay,
except for MJ Dub.
Well, MJ Dub just appeared out of nowhere, okay, and he brought with him a man named Remedy.
So one thing I learned in life is nobody appears out of nowhere. They all have a path to get there. We just don't know it yet.
Okay, so. Well, he calls himself the premier professional. So do you think he knows some people, or he paid his way in, or?
I don't know what anything about him. I just know he showed up and he had a big ass Remedy with him, and I got knocked unconscious, and me and Remedy were off to the races at Ascension. And speaking of Remedy, unfortunately blew his knee out in the beginning of the match, and I squeaked out a little victory there. But keep showing up. Him being MJ, keep showing up and throwing guys my way, and I keep knocking them down. And at the last live wire, I was pretty fed up with it and decided to challenge MJ.
Yeah, and so out of that, so you went one-on-one with Black Star Jr. and MJ, Mr. MJ thought his charge was going to take you out because you laid down the challenge that if you beat Black Star Jr., MJ will have to face you at the next live wire.
Well, as a manager, he was put in a hard spot. And I knew he couldn't back down. We're sitting here recording, and there's a room full of people. If he would have backed down, he would have looked like he don't believe in his own management. So I kind of outwitted him there. And but then again, Black Star Jr. comes down, is a 500-pound man. He wasn't no chump. And, actually sustained a few injuries in that match, in my back. I've had a bad back for quite a while, but knocked the air out of me. Had a tingling in my hands, and it's been got some MRIs taken care of. Everything's fine, just some bruising and some muscle damage. But I'd believe in Black Star Jr. too if I was MJ Dub.
So my question is: you laid down a challenge to a manager. He's not an in-ring competitor. So, what was going through your head when you laid that down? Like, you're sitting here thinking maybe it's going to be an easy challenge. I mean, who knows who he's working with to get ready for live wire? I mean, tell us your thoughts on that.
So, one thing you learn in combat sports, and just in combat in general, is never underestimate your opponent. I don't know what training he's had. I don't know what training he's doing. But I believe in myself. And it wasn't so much as, this is going to be easy run through for AWOL, but more I should have figured that was coming.
You should have known it was coming, AWOL.
Yeah.
See, just like this LeGrand Dom that I'm drinking here, which is $130 a sip, I bought my way into this show. So, JB, that money will be in your account here very shortly. But AWOL, I'm glad that you sat here and you're telling the story, telling the origin story, you may say, about why AWOL came into where he's at. He's from Fort Hood. He doesn't know why MJ is coming after him. You know exactly why I'm coming after you. You see, before Premier Wrestling Federation started, you and I knew each other, and you know that very well, don't you?
I've seen you around.
No, you didn't see me around. We were good friends.
Look, the apple juice must be getting to you.
Sir, this is not apple juice. I can guarantee you that.
Okay.
But you knew me. We've been knowing each other for at least about 7 years now. We broke into this business together. Do you remember that? We trained together. Right under Black Star. Not Black Star Jr., the one that I managed, but Black Star, Lucha Royalty. That's who we trained under. Do you remember that?
I remember passing through. I've done a lot of training to get where I am today.
Very first show we both had. We were in Triple Threat. You don't remember that? You and I were good friends at one point. We called ourselves the Triple Threat. You and another competitor as well that I wouldn't leave unnamed. We were great. We were great friends. Everywhere you saw me. Well, of course, I had the money and your broke ass wanted to follow me, but not to mention PWF starts. MJ Dub was technically signed on the roster. COVID struck. MJ Dub wasn't there. You had something to do with that. You were the reason why I was fired. Before PWF even had their first episode, before the quarantine special even aired, you got me fired. I know it was you, AWOL. You always been jealous of me. Why? I have no idea. So I figured this. Since my in-ring career, due to COVID, was over, I decided to play a little stock market here. Yeah, guy like me from Greenspoint. Played the stock market, became rich. Pockets now run deeper than the Atlantic Ocean, AWOL. So yeah, you're right. I purchased Remedy, purchased Fabu, even purchased Black Star Jr. to all come and attack you. But now you want to face me one-on-one. You know what I'm about. You know, I'm a man who doesn't even like to wrestle anymore. COVID took away something that I loved, AWOL, and you call yourself a superhero. This story, I'm the hero. You're the villain. And I can guarantee
whatever you want. And I don't call myself a hero. JB called me a hero.
JB's an idiot.
I'm just a normal man. And here's the deal: is I've never needed anyone to float me or for anything. So where I wanted to follow you because you had money. I'm sorry, but living in Greenspoint doesn't dictate money at all to anybody. And for those who are unfamiliar, Greenspoint is the nastiest ghetto in all of Houston.
Wow.
Okay, let's
They call it Guns Point.
Wow.
Whoa,
But you know what?
okay. Let's keep it cordial.
Because you want to say I blackballed you. I got you fired. No. What happened was Premier Wrestling elevated its status and became one of the best professional wrestling businesses in Texas and quite possibly the U.S. You didn't rise. You stayed stagnant. I rose to the occasion. I trained. I got better in that ring. And I proved myself to the company, to Jerry, to the fans. So when you're sitting at home scared of getting coughed on, which, by the way, that's your choice. And I understand a lot of Americans, wanted to be home and safe. I'm out there risking my life because COVID is very serious. I risk my life every time I went out in that ring to entertain people and to further my dreams.
I'm glad you mentioned dreams. Because you see, your dream is to beat me, right? That's your new dream, right?
No, that'd be a very bland dream.
Well,
I'm going to beat your ass. That's not a dream. That is a statement and a fact.
Well, in your case, I'm assuming that it's going to be a dream. So consider me the dream crusher, MJ Dub, now, because I guarantee you this. I'm glad you made it a street fight. I'm glad. Because, if this was any other fight, it would have had to go to the streets. But you wanted to face me. Why? I have no idea. You're nothing but a bully. You could have had me to bring back Remedy. I'm assuming he's healthy now. I paid for the best doctors in the world. You could have challenged Remedy again. No. You challenged me.
Recall, I laid an open challenge out to Remedy anytime he gets healthy before you came out and interrupted me. And that's your problem. You're so worried about you and what yourself wants to do. And you, like you say, you're purchasing guys. You don't purchase them. You're purchasing their contracts. You're leasing them for the night to wrestle. And these guys are out here just doing their best. Have you called Remedy? Have you checked him? You're assuming that he's healthy. He's your client. You have no idea if he's healthy or not. You don't care about him. And you know what? I don't care what you think of me. And I'm not trying to, pretend I'm a hero. I'm not trying to get people on my side. And you can play the victim. And I hope the crowd cheers for you. And I hope the crowd loves you. But it doesn't matter to me because I don't care if I'm cheered or if I'm booed, if I'm loved or if I'm hated. All I know is May 1st, I'm beating your ass.
You really think that this is what's going to happen? Yeah, you're right. I tell you what, you may kick my ass, AWOL. But what happens? What happens if you lose? What does that does for AWOL's career? If he gets beat by a manager, a guy who's not even an active competitor on the roster, what does that do for AWOL? Yeah, it's got you thinking now, right?
So I've been beaten before. I've been laid out. I've lost, and I've never had before. And it doesn't matter because I always come back stronger. I always come back better. And life's not about winning or losing. It's about continuing when you get knocked down. And people like you don't understand that.
You talk about, I don't understand.
And when you get knocked down, you want to cry and point fingers and blame people. And you want to go around and say, oh, it's because of you is why I'm not a professional wrestler. It's because of you why I don't get to chase my dream. And then you want to go buy guys and fight guys and, buy yourself onto this little show and run your little mouth. And at the end of the day, you see that mirror behind you? Why don't you look in it and realize who it really is that stopped you from chasing your dreams?
I'm glad you feel that way, AWOL. I'm so glad. You think that I can just look into the mirror, the man in the mirror now. Now you're Michael Jackson. Now you honestly can tell me about myself. No, it is because of you that I'm not where I'm supposed to be at. So I'll tell you what. We'll prove this. You wanted a Houston street fight, right? I've never accepted it yet. Right here, right now, I accept your little challenge.
Good.
But be careful what you wish for.
We don't need to talk anymore. We don't need to run around saying little cute catchphrases and quoting stuff and trying to make people laugh and make little jokes because the fight is set. May 1st, Premier Arena, Livewire. There is nothing else that needs to be said, in my opinion.
Well, I wish you all the luck in the world, AWOL. I hope you get the opportunity to kick my ass. You deserve it. You deserve to kick my ass. Again, I'm going to leave you with this. If you lose to your premier professional MJ Dub, how are you going to sleep at night? How are you going to tell your kids that you couldn't get the job done? You beat everybody else that he brought in, but you couldn't beat the man that started this. How are you going to tell your wife that, AWOL? How are you going to look into the mirror at night when you realize that you can beat Remedy, you can beat Black Star, you can beat Fabu Andre, but you couldn't beat MJ Dub, the man who is not even a professional wrestler? Ask yourself that question. And then holler at me May 1st. And I hope you do kick my ass again. You deserve it. I wish you everything in the world. But come May 1st, you just won't get the W, son. So it is written, so shall it be said.
Wow. So before, I'm speechless because AWOL, he just brought your family into this. So, but I'm gonna assume that he's
Keep it professional, AWOL. That's all I am.
Oh, man, I didn't wear a cool little shirt. Damn it. You know, we can go back and forth. I can sit here and, cry that he said my family. Those are just words. May 1st is action time. So we done here, JB?
we are. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. MJ Dub has accepted the Houston Street Fight. PWF Livewire, May 1st. It goes down. Be there.
Cheers to you, AWOL.
Or miss out.
So we're trying to sell the show, right? We're trying to sell to the crowd. You want to bring my family in. The only thing my family is worried about is normally my wife doesn't like washing blood out of my clothes, but I got the go-ahead this time. So, ladies and gentlemen, show up and see a bloodbath. My blood, his blood, our blood. We're going to spill it.
Bravo.
Be there.